Kilted Texan for a fucking long time. One of the first dudes that I remember throwing an AR on his back and walking out, doing these Second Amendment audits or whatever it was, whatever you want to call it. So he was involved with a organization, Open Carry Texas, which to me, you know what, you want to open carry, be a fool. I rarely see anybody open carrying, and down here I see it all the time. People open carry all the time, and I rarely see anyone that's open carrying that I couldn't walk up and take their gun. I know everyone's a kung fu master. I get it. So am I. And rarely could I not take somebody's gun that's open carrying, mainly because they don't have the right type of retention holster. That's what it boils down to. But anyway, so he posted a video yesterday. Go watch it. And there's a guy. It's a long story. You got to go watch the backstory. But it's about felons and firearms. So in the state of Texas, once you have been out of the system for 5 years, you can't. State law says you can own a firearm for own defense purposes to keep at your home. So it doesn't explain how you're supposed to get it to your home or anything like that, but it just says you can own it at your home. Federal law is a little different. There's some people in prison right now today for following Texas law, and the Texas government let the feds come in and fucking arrest them, and now they're in federal prison. A bunch of bullshit. So the topic was felons and firearms. When should a felon be able to own a firearm? When do they get their rights back? So I just kind of left, some comments, and his reply to one of my comments was, wow, the assumptions. When I base my comment off of your words, that's not an assumption. It's a fact. You say the words. We have language, is what we call it. Words, they have definitions. We speak these things as a way to communicate. We all know the definitions. This way we all know what we're talking about. So when you say these words, based on the definition of those words, I can say what I said, and what I said is that first, you don't know what rights are. If you knew what rights were, you wouldn't be asking these questions. When does a felon get their Second Amendment rights back? It's just the same, nonsense. The same shit that everybody repeats, all the same, mundane fucking bullshit with Second Amendment rights. If you break it down to the core of the facts, if you say my Second Amendment rights, here, number one, the premise of that phrase is that the Second Amendment grants you the right. My Second Amendment rights. The premise is the Second Amendment grants you the rights. Second of all, the Second Amendment's a restriction on government. So how does it give you a right if it's at 100% a restriction on government? It doesn't. You have natural rights. We all know this. So if you say these things in support of a communist agenda, that's what it is, because down the road, when our kids believe that, or when our kids walk around saying my Second Amendment rights, and then they repeal the Second Amendment, are they going to then believe the right no longer exists because the Second Amendment no longer exists? Well, it's no longer, it's been repealed. There's been amended. I don't even know how you say that. Now that I'm thinking about it. I guess it would be repealed. Amended. Fuck, I don't know. It don't matter. And that's the problem with it. That's how you support what you say that you're against. You say that, it's always progressives. Listen, it ain't fucking progressives. It's fucking ignorant people. It's people that are just plain fucking stupid to the facts. And when you're asking questions like, when you act as if you have a problem for a rapist having their rights, it doesn't matter if they're a rapist. It doesn't matter if they're a murderer. It doesn't matter if they're the kindergarten teacher. Everybody has the same rights, and unless you understand that, then you're an enemy of it. Just like if you're not 100% pro-freedom, then you're an enemy of freedom. That means, if you're only 99% pro-freedom, that means you're 1% enemy, which makes you 100% an enemy. So anyway, I left the comment, and he's just like, wow, the assumptions. And this is the world we live in, where people will say shit, and they have no fucking clue what they're saying. They don't even understand what they're saying themselves, because we've become It's become so normal just to repeat the same bullshit that Joe Blow said, that Coleon Noor said. Which is why this country is going down the shithole faster. And, hey, so change the topic real quick. All these fucking idiots out here, yeah, I get that there's this one congressman trying to get reelected and threw in a bill to repeal the NFA. I get it. Do you not realize that they're getting ready to pass an assault weapons ban? And people that say, "Oh, this ain't going to pass," blah blah blah. I guess you didn't pay attention 3 weeks ago when they just passed this other bill through Congress, and 12 or 14 Republicans jumped on board. Oh, they're rhinos. No, they're government. That's what they are. They're government. And I'm not convinced. Like, so we just sent $80 billion to Ukraine, a country that we know that there's millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars laundered through every year. We know that the first family, the president and his family, it's been questioned about their business practices in this country. So where do you think this $80 million went now that we have all this shit being pushed through Congress? My mind says this. Well, let's see. We have a country that we know that is well known for laundering money. We are sending them money. These people are voting to send them money. And now these same people are voting, trying to push these bills through with added people who normally wouldn't do that. Think some of that money came back? Anybody? Just saying. Not to mention Ukraine just missed its first payment, so they already defaulted. It hadn't even been a month yet, 2 months. But anyhow, I just felt like it was easier to explain it. Maybe he'll see it, and maybe he'll try to adopt it and understand. He actually blocked me on this channel. I'm blocked from over there because anytime that you point out the inaccuracies of somebody's statement, they know everything. They're concrete. People are so concrete in their belief systems. Like I said, they can't venture from that because they've said it for so long. Like, I was that dude at one time, man. Like, I was the fucking biggest Trump supporter that you ever seen. Not really. I wasn't flying flags and putting stickers over in my back window and shit. But I supported Trump. And then I was like, wait a minute here. Something ain't quite right about this. Which led me down the path to where I'm now, which is I'm just 100% pro-freedom. And I challenge anybody to fucking, argue against it and argue that I'm not. Because you can't do it. Because I just want everybody to be free. And I see, the reason I keep watching him, in all honesty, is because, like, you're hoping that you come around. So I try not to watch him on this channel. I try to watch him on my other channel. That way I can leave a comment. But I think he blocked me now for my other comment because I said he was, you are what you support or what you claim to be against, man. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it, I hear the trumpet, yeah, the trumpeteers. Dude, like, listen, man, it's game over in this country. It's a wrap. All these pussies around here that want to fucking send money to their local FOPs and support these fucking thugs, keep pointing fingers at politicians. Like the politicians are the one kicking it. They make the cops do it. It's all their fault. Okay. You really believe that? You're an idiot. Going down the road. Gays and gizmos. I love what he said today. He's lying. Gays and gizmos see what turns me off. He gave one more sentence before the dawn. Gays and gizmos makes a video. And he's all like, it's all rush. I'm in a rush. I tell you right now, I'm going to be quiet because I'm in a rush. And then the very next thing he says is, I've known this for about a day and a half. Like it's all, I got to tell you right now, and I got to be quiet because I'm in a restaurant. Like, exit for the bullshit. You motherfuckers, until you're going to stay, until you are ready to point out the problems, until you're ready to stand against those problems, until you're ready to stand with your neighbor, fucking just shut the fuck up. Just shut up. I ain't writing nobody. I'm not calling nobody. All you fucking bitches writing and calling people, you see where that's gotten us, right? All you stupid motherfuckers that continue to vote, the ones that you wake up and you go bust your dick 2 to pay for what you have. YouTube must not like what I'm saying, but it's usually the man quita. So all you do is get up, go to work, bust your dick, so that government can put a gun to your head. You're going to pay us or else. You see that? There's my fucking resume. Yeah, no, I need to cut my finger. Bodie, you're an idiot. You are just a dumbass at this point. Because the people who are unproductive now outnumber the productive in this country. The people who want the government to extort you, to give them free shit, now outnumber you. You cannot beat it. You cannot beat it. Even if you move to a place where it's all Republicans, there's not one Democrat in the state, you cannot beat it. Because it's all been normalized. Socialism has been normalized. Authoritarianism has been normalized. Communism has been normalized. Well, it's not. We live in the freest country in the world. Yeah, but we ain't free. Just because we have the greatest illusion of freedom doesn't mean that we're free. But write your congressman. You see where that's going, right? I don't know. I just want to come on here, bitch, I guess, and tell the Kilted Texan, hey, man, like you are. Do you support what you claim to be against? 100%. If it went down today, you and I would be fighting. And you would be fighting with them. You might be fighting against them, but in my eyes, you'd be one of them. You'd be just as much of a danger as they are. When you question whether somebody has rights based on what, but we believe it does because we've been told that it does, and then so many people have repeated that it does, that we don't repeat the stupid shit. We can't grasp onto the fact that even the murderer, as he's murdering, as he's pulling the trigger, as the bullet is coming out of the barrel of that gun, he still has the right to keep and bear those arms. Nothing changes that. Nothing changes your rights. Nothing. Anyway, I gotta roll. I'm about to pull up at a job. Ask folks just one simple question. Are we more free today than we were years ago? Each election cycle is guaranteed. Hey, I don't. You're 100% right. 1,000% you're right with that shit, man. But people just can't grasp onto it. They don't understand that voting is a form of consent. When you vote, it doesn't matter if the person you vote for wins or not. You are saying by voting, this person who wins is going to represent me, even if it's not the person that you vote for. Which in a time when there's consequences for these assholes doing the shit that they do, what do you think would fucking happen in 1801 if these dickheads were doing what they're doing today? Anybody? They do what they do because there's no consequences. Well, yeah, there is freedom. They'll get voted out of office, and we all know they care about being in office. No, they don't. They done made their millions. One term. That's all they need. One term. I heard somebody say yesterday when they were talking about Nancy Pelosi ain't going to be arrested for insider trading and all this shit. No shit, dickhead, because Nancy Pelosi and her little goons made it illegal for them to insider trade. You know why the AOC is bullshit? The AOC arrest is bullshit? Go look it up. I guarantee that bitch ain't been arrested. I ain't looked it up because I don't have to, because I know. Congress cannot be charged with a crime while in session. That's like me being a bank robber and saying I can't be charged for robbing banks. And depending on how you read it, go read it. I read it before, and I remember thinking, well, this could be taken one of two different ways. Either they can't ever be charged, which is how it really seems, and how all the thugs think that we will take it, because they're a congressional hero. They're important. We can't arrest them. I mean, look at Hillary. I've said it 1,000 times, but I said it once. That bitch has fucking killed more people than the mob. She got more bodies under her belt than the mob, man, than John fucking Gotti. Still making millions, extracting millions from the public every year. Her business dealings and her connections to politics and all this shit. The haves and the have-nots are getting a bigger gap in between us. Why do you think the price of everything is going through the roof? It's to fucking break you. That's why. But they're breaking people, man. It's getting to that point that something's got to give. You know, it's at some point, something has to give. And there will come a time when people just don't give a fuck anymore. They're going to feed their kids however they have to, and I can't say that I blame them. I mean, you have people that had a savings 3 years ago. So I heard a thing last night. The median house cost, was it the median house worth? I forget how it was worth. The average worth of a home in this country 2 years ago was like $230,000. Now, that same fucking house is $410,000. With 20% down, your home payment would have been $900 for that house 2 years ago. Today, the same home with 20% down, with the interest rates, your home payment would be $1,900, over double. Yet these fat fucking cats are up here flying private jets, eating $90,000 in goodies on their little trips on your dime. And all these good little police officers and their little thug fucking gang members are the ones with a gun to your head telling you that you're going to pay. Politicians, they're supposed to serve. It's supposed to be a burden on them. It's not supposed to be you get elected, now you have a life of luxury. It's supposed to be just the opposite, in fact. But, people just, it's over because everybody thinks they know everything. And they're unwilling to learn or listen or anything. What are we having, a town hall meeting? Alright, I gotta go. I'll be ready to pull up your job. So, y'all having all at the funeral. Damn, I'm gonna fucking do a lot of people. The funeral home packed. There'd be like 2 cars at my funeral, and one of them's gonna be the hearse. All by myself. I gotta go. Alright, y'all have a good day. Stay safe. Peace.